Content is the only way your company is going to get found online today. And if you're not making videos, you're basically invisible. Here's the good news though. You don't need a Hollywood production crew. In fact, the algorithms of platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok reward content that is low production quality because it comes across as more authentic to audiences. In today's video, I'm going to break down 3 strategies I've recently implemented with my own clients that are helping them produce high quality video content consistently for the first time ever. Let's get into it. What's up everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Bailey Canning. I'm an independent full stack marketing strategist working with my clients on brand strategy engagements, web design and development projects, and ongoing marketing retainers. First, let's talk about the importance of creating content and why in today's day and age, it's basically the only way to get found online. In the past, you could have written up blog posts and get found via Google search, but quite honestly, as of the tail end of 2025, I would say that today, SEO is already dead, buried, and in the ground. And the only way you are going to be able to get found online is by creating content for platforms like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Video content on those platforms is what gets the most engagement, and so it's no surprise that those platforms are going to push video content the most. But it goes so much deeper than that. Video content undoubtedly is the best way you are going to be able to build a connection and a following of prospective clients online. And unlike blog posts, video content is what's going to allow you to build a one-to-one connection at scale where you can reach thousands, if not even millions of people online. But then the beauty of it is that because you're on video and because people can really get to see you, almost what it's like to know you in person, you're going to be able to establish your expertise and ultimately get people to know, like, and trust you. And once you nail those 3 things and you start to build an online following, that is how you're going to be able to generate leads consistently online with your marketing efforts, because I can guarantee you, no matter what field you are, whether you're an architect, an interior designer, an accountant, the only thing different from you compared to the people in your field that are raking in millions of dollars, I can almost guarantee you it's because they either have a huge online following or they just have a huge in-person network. And content is how you build both that online following, but also how you can stay top of mind with your in-person network, people you actually know in real life, by consistently posting on these platforms. And it's even helpful for getting referrals from your current clients who are following you online. So content is just the foundation of a modern marketing strategy today. And honestly, I am not lying when I tell you that if a client came to me looking for marketing help, but they were unable or unwilling to create content, I would simply have to tell them we're not a good fit to work together, because if you don't do this one thing, nothing is going to work. Now, if you're still with me, you probably agree with everything I'm saying, but the problem then becomes, sure, we understand the importance of creating content, but how do we go about actually creating content consistently? Because there's so many other important things we need to worry about in our business. So without further ado, let's get into the 3 tactics I've recently implemented that are helping my marketing retainer clients consistently create content and build a following and ultimately generate leads from their online content efforts. Tactic number 1, and this is probably going to be the easiest way to get started creating content online, and that is going to be to have a podcast, a video podcast specifically that is hosted on YouTube. You could also repurpose it to the audio content feeds across Spotify, Apple Podcasts, things of that nature. But the way I've been doing this with my one client, they are an architecture studio in San Diego, California called 1070 Architecture. What I am now doing with this client is co-hosting a podcast. Really, I'm the host and the client is the talent. But the idea here is that it's hard to take the time to properly set up the camera, the lights, all these things, get your mic working. But it's very easy for the client just to open their laptop and jump on what is essentially a Zoom call and then have a conversation that is recorded, and then they have someone like me who can then edit it, upload the video, and handle all the post-production tasks. So that's exactly what I've been doing with this client. We've now made 10 podcasts together, and the last one is doing very well. This morning I checked it, and it's nearly at 700 views in the past week. How it works is that the client and I had a meeting to brainstorm some topics. Based on those topics, the client provided me with just a brain dump raw notes of everything he wanted to talk about. Then I took those notes and created a series of questions. And then before we sit down to record the podcast, I will just send those questions over to the client, and then that serves as a rough outline for our conversation. And so during the recording process, I simply host the podcast by introducing the topic, asking questions, adding my 2 cents when appropriate. And this is just a great way to produce content because number one, it's so much easier and less friction than actually needing to sit down and record a YouTube video on their own time. Also, the client can just literally have a conversation. There's a lot less pressure. And also the podcast format opens a different side of people where instead of needing to be like talking to the camera like this, rather they can just be themselves, and ultimately to be yourself is what's going to allow you to build that online following. So there's less prep work for the client in this format. It's easier for them to just jump on the call by opening their laptop and having what is essentially a Zoom call. I use a software called Descript, which just allows for better audio and video quality than a standard Zoom call. Our podcast discussions have been anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes. We record every other week and publish twice a month essentially. And then from this, they're able to build their thought leadership. They're able to get content on the YouTube channel consistently. We can then take those podcasts and create blog posts using ChatGPT or Claude AI. That is going to drive some traffic from SEO. Although at this point, anything we get from Google search, I view as a bonus. And then also there's just so much short form content potential because you can use a tool like Descript or Opus Clip to take those long form podcast videos and slice them up into 60 to 90 second clips that can then get posted every day on YouTube Shorts, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, even TikTok, you name it. The second content tactic I've been using with another client of mine has been to facilitate the client being able to record long form YouTube videos just like this. So my role here is that the client will come up with the topics he wants to talk about. In this case, the client wants to talk about topics that are a bit more complex and technical to really appeal to the high level prospective clients he's looking to go after. So he will then give me all of his notes for that topic. I will then rework it a bit as needed, but my big role here is that I will, one, create a couple different options for 30-second hooks. When it comes to YouTube, the first 30 seconds are huge for attention. You really got to explain the value you're going to provide in that video so that you can hook them for the remainder of the video. And then from there, what we've been doing is scheduling a weekly Zoom call where they will have in their office set up the lights, the camera, the mic. And then from there, I'm just on Zoom helping the client record the videos. So I prompt him for the hook, the introduction to set the stage for the context of the video topic. Then we go into the main topic outline. So if a video has 3 parts, I'll prompt him on those 3 parts individually. And then finally, a conclusion to wrap it up, and a CTA to get people to book a consultation. So the idea here is that I'm helping facilitate the video recording process. This is something that I'm sure companies do in person all the time, but in this case, I'm just helping doing it remote because this client is actually based in Canada. And then also what's really helpful about it is that while we were trying to get YouTube videos created in the first place, the client was a bit inconsistent with it, and that's understandable. I've been very inconsistent in my YouTube journey as well. But the key thing here is that I also serve as an accountability partner in the way because we have the call booked for Friday mornings. And by having this on the calendar, it just makes it so much easier to actually record. And every week we've been recording essentially 2 video topics in 1 hour. And this is serving as their entire YouTube content strategy. And now for the first time ever, we're actually starting to be consistent with the long form YouTube content. When it comes to YouTube, it's not about being the most charismatic speaker. It's not about having the most polished video edit. Really comes down to is just having the consistency, because from the consistency is how you publish weekly at least. That's how you build momentum, and that's how you ultimately get YouTube, the algorithm, to promote your videos, and that's how you actually show up for your audience, and that's how the audience actually gets to know and trust you. So ultimately, at the end of the day, consistency is what's going to win in the long term on YouTube, and that's exactly what I'm helping this client achieve. If you're getting value out of this video and you're looking to not only create content consistently online in the ways I'm talking about, but you're also looking to build out a full marketing strategy encompassing paid advertising, email marketing, lead magnet, book a call with me. There's an interactive video form in the description here. It takes about 5 minutes. It's a couple short questions, but gives me all the information needed to know that we would be a good fit to work together. And if you're qualified, you'll be able to schedule time directly on my calendar. So link in the description, book a call with me. I can help you create content and so much more. And without further ado, let's get back into the video. The third way I've been helping both of these two clients create content is actually going to be creating short form content, so 60 to 90 second video clips that we then schedule out and post on platforms like YouTube via the Shorts feature, as well as LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Now, like it or not, short form content is here to stay. I don't think it's any surprise to you that people's attention spans are just completely shot. Getting them to watch a video for 60 to 90 seconds still is no small feat. What's great about the shorts is that you can start to post consistently every single day, and that is really how you can build a great connection online. So what I've been doing with my clients here is that I know the clients, in this case, are both architecture studios, and I know what they want to talk about. I know their prospective clients. So what I will simply do is once a month, we hold a 45-minute short form recording session. Here, I will brainstorm about 20 or so questions. I will then send that over to them ahead of time so they can look it over and prepare accordingly. And then we will use Descript, which is my video editing software, but they recently added a remote recording feature, which is great because unlike Zoom, it will record both the audio and video files locally, which is going to result in much higher quality, and you don't need to worry about your connection getting interrupted. So we schedule a 45-minute call. We hold that call within the Descript recording platform, and then from there I ask them the 20 or so questions. We try to get through as many in 45 minutes as we can, and then their responses of 60 to 90 seconds become the short form content. So with this, number one, we can already repurpose the long form content into short form content, but then we can also build out more content via these short form recording sessions. So this is what's helping my clients post weekly on long form platforms like YouTube, as well as daily on the different social media platforms. From there, I will take their recordings, slice them up into 60 to 90 second clips. I will edit the videos, I'll add headlines, I'll add captions, and then I'll even add some B-roll imagery where applicable. And then we have, from one recording session, about a month's worth of content to be posting every weekday on these different social media platforms. So this is a huge return on their time investment, because in one 45-minute call, less than an hour, we can build out an entire social media content strategy where we're posting daily, where none of their competitors are even coming remotely close to what they're able to do. Like I said in the intro, if you're not creating content online, you're basically invisible and you have no chance. And whether or not you're looking to hire an agency or a solopreneur like myself to help you out with your content efforts, or maybe your team internally has just been struggling with how do we actually create content consistently, I hope you got a lot of ideas on how to do that by watching today's video. Now again, like I said, book a call with me if you want to get help actually executing on your content strategy and staying consistent. I can help you brainstorm topics, put them into outlines. We can then hold recording sessions just like this, and then I can help you edit the videos, publish them, and get them live online so you can actually start to grow your brand awareness online and generate leads. So link in the description. Otherwise, make sure to subscribe, like the video so people like you can find them on YouTube, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.